all week leading up to the ACC championship game saying the biggest difference for Notre Dame from the first game with DJ Uiagalelei to that one was Trevor's legs. Like, he's a bona fide threat.
No, like when he took off for 50-plus yards against Ohio State in 2019, I was like, yeah, no, we're good with dropping the idea of
we got
athletic. There's that tone.
We got chimes.
We got the chimes, which means we have a
Why am I like nervous right now?
I know. This is so fun. This is what it's all about. We've been studying and waiting and building this up for weeks and weeks.
Absolutely.
And for those guys, years and months. And
it is.
He's got his suit ready to go for this. Trevor Lawrence is your Jacksonville Jaguars new quarterback, the first overall pick in the 2021 draft. Look at that beautiful head of hair. He has his wife there. Congratulations, just got married. There's his mom, his dad. And he said, you guys, he wanted to be home for this draft because he wanted to spend this time in this special moment in his life with his family. He didn't want to go to Cleveland. He wanted to stay true to himself and be at home with his family, with his brother, who actually looks exactly
his
like
brother
him.
Chase, who, if you have not read up on Chase Lawrence and just the free spirit that guy is, rocking the cheetah print jacket right now, no wonder Trev is so calm about so many things, because that's the family influence he's got.
He just has like this air about himself that nothing is going to faze him, and that obviously comes from Chase, and like just the background of, you know, being inquisitive to a point where you feel assured with whatever decision that you do make.
It is. And this is a decision they should feel secure about. We've talked about, and Jason mentioned, it is uncertainty at the top of this draft. That's why we've talked so much about the Niners pick at 3, because whoever's drafted by them to play quarterback is walking into a markedly better situation. But all you can do is work with the gifts of the player that's available. And if you're talking about best available, there was no other choice in this draft.
Ain't no way you were going to go away from this this guy being at the top of this draft class meant everything to Urban Meyer because of what he has to overhaul down there in Jacksonville, right? Like, he's got a franchise down there that, as Jason and Field and Matthew alluded to, has been defunct for quite some time. And so with that, it's a matter of not only do you need personnel, but there is a culture, right? Like, that trigger word is going to be thrown around often, especially with a new college coach coming in, and that's what he's going to have to attack overall with that franchise.
It's the biggest advantage. He's got a young team, and I think that's going to help Urban Meyer coming in early on, these guys that know him from his time in college. But you've also got a quarterback that's going to help you overcome mistakes, and in these top picks, that's what you're going to need. So we can gas bag about it all we want.
No
Jason, Field, Matthew, anyone shocked here? Because I know I'm not.
Perfect.
Very excited. He's
This
1
guy,
for 1 so far. I mean, about to lie. You know?
I mean, I will say, though, Mike, like, you know how risk-averse I am when it comes to quarterback. I'm rarely the person that heaps a ton of praise on something that we haven't seen production from in the NFL. That's just not my style. That being said, Jags fans should just go buy the jerseys and be happy because they've got their guy for the next – I mean, if you're right on this pick and that's what they think they are, that's what we all think they are, you're not talking about an answer at quarterback for 5 years. That's the difference. That's why everybody's trying to take a quarterback. If you got it right, you got it right for 15. I mean, you're starting to look at generations. We'll never know what it's like to wonder who your quarterback is. And, Matthew, that's power to me.
You're talking to a Washington football team fan. Like, I mean, right, you know, like, I mean, like, exactly. Like, you know, so believe me, I know what it's like to be in the quarterback desert, desperately searching for a guy every single season. Now we have Fitzy this year, thank goodness. But Trevor Lawrence, I think, has a chance to be something special. And, you know, I always try to look at things, obviously, through a fantasy lens because that's my gig. I think the interesting thing here is, like, their defense is still going to be bad. He's still going to have to throw. They actually have some nice weapons on offense. When you think about DJ Shark, you think about the addition of Marvin Jones, who was a top 20 wide receiver under Darrell Bevell when they played together in Detroit, right? And obviously Bevell, now the offense coordinator there in Jacksonville. Laviska Shenault had some really nice moments last season. And now you had Trevor Lawrence, who very quietly had 17 rushing touchdowns in his 2 seasons at Clemson. Like, he runs more than I think he gets credit for. Listen, he's a QB2. Like, you're not